Hey everyone. I have my chauffeur again today, my gorgeous daughter. We're headed off to find a homecoming dress. Yay. So we've talked about perfectionism all week, and we talked about perfectionism showing up in your life as distractions or doing self-sabotaging behaviors. We've talked about how perfectionism is the driver in our seat a lot of the time, with shame as the passenger and fear in the back seat, and that fear of the way people think about us can be driving a lot of our behavior. We also talked about comparison and how when we compare ourselves to other people, that also can create a sense of shame or not good enough. And those are the things that I want, that I've had to become aware of. So I'm going to urge you to become aware of some of those feelings that go along with the I'm not good enough kind of feeling, and or I might not do it good enough, or I'm not going to do it as good as X, Y, and Z, or I couldn't do it because I'm not this yet. Because the thing with perfectionism is that we're also trying to prevent ourselves from getting hurt. And so we put up this wall, this armor, so that we don't get hurt. And the funny thing about preventing ourselves or armoring up like that is that not only do we prevent pain kind of feelings, pain and disappointment from coming into our life, but when you try to blunt one emotion, we end up blunting all of our emotions. And so you also blunt joy, you also blunt happiness, and you also blunt love. So pulling down the armor and becoming your authentic self is part of the deal right now, right? It's just part of what we get to go through. Those of us who have had this perfectionism thing in our head, and that's where it lives, in our head, for a long time. And so one of the ways that we can move through this is to figure out the underpinnings of where the shame in our life came from. And it is a little bit of work. I'm going to tell you, this is not for the faint of heart. This is for someone who's really willing to move through some painful things, feel the pain, and know that you're going to be okay, because that pain is not going to kill you. That pain is only going to make you stronger as you move to the other side and realize that really people aren't going to hurt you, and you only will get hurt if you let them hurt you. So really figuring out where that lives in your subconscious, and that subconscious piece happens before you're 6 or 8 years old. So realize that this is part of your upbringing. This can be your parent, teacher. One of my mentors used to call it mother, father, teacher, preacher, right? So any of those people that had large amounts of influence in your life, it could have been a guardian, it could have been anyone, but any of those people could have said things to you that might not serve you now, but served you as a kid. And those are things that are still driving your behavior. So basically you're being driven by this little 8-year-old inside your head. So I just want to encourage you to start becoming aware of some of the behaviors around perfectionism, and aware of the numbness that you might feel, and realize that you can go ahead and do anything that you put your mind to. Anything, literally. So I want to encourage you to move through those feelings of I'm not good enough, and I'm not sure, and you can talk yourself out of something so quick. Those good ideas that pop in your head and that intuition that's leading you somewhere, follow that, trust that. Don't try to talk yourself out of it before you've even tried, because failing is part of our life. And I do it regularly now. I just had a fail conversation with my mom. I mean, it happens. It's gonna happen. And so we just have to move through those times and try and do it better next time. And the only thing that you should compare yourself to is your next tomorrow and the next best person that you're going to be. So I want to encourage you all, you know what day is this? Do you know? Because I think it's 117 days to the end of the year. And so you can take this 117 days and make it the most incredible 117 days that you've had so far this year. Or you can just I don't know, just kind of blow it off and kind of wind down the year and not get anything done. Or you can go ahead and take up some of those plans that you had made at the beginning of the year that you blew off in February and start working on them now, because then you'll have a head start on the year 2020. So, hey guys, thank you for watching. So this is, I'm trying to find the day. Sorry. This is day 14 of 130 Days of Hope. We have 117 days left in the year, and make it the best 117 days that you could ever make it. And get over this perfectionism. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I can tell you that when my coach yesterday set me out to put together a new program that I had, I was like, in the back of my mind, I had talked myself out of it when I went to bed last night. But today I got it done. So just move through it. You can do this. Talk to y'all later. Love you. Thanks for watching.